I want to talk about how I think that the most important thing that people can understand about somebody with disability is this. There's a difference between caring, but also truly knowing what's going on with someone. And as I've gotten older and my health is gradually changing over time, I've had to figure out who I can actually talk to, you know? And this isn't something that's like, oh, who do I trust or, whatever. It's more just an appropriation. You see, for a long time, the person that I talked to about anything and everything was my dad. And I want to be clear about something though, because my dad, he does care. My dad is one of the very few people that actually at least pretend to care, in my life. And I respect my dad for that greatly, because my dad's been the only person that's ever been willing to give me my life and be there for me. And without my dad, I wouldn't be here. My dad listens. My dad, he shows up. He's always showed up for me and been there. And my dad has always offered any suggestion about anything, but neither of us are doctors, And more importantly, neither of us fully understand or went to school to understand, what's happening with my body or our bodies, as we get older. And that's just reality, I've realized that some conversations, even when it starts from a place of caring and love, it can oftentimes leave both people feeling helpless. And it's not because anybody did anything wrong or didn't do anything, but because there just aren't answers to give. It's because there's nothing to be done, at least between the two of us, And living with spinal muscular atrophy type 2 for most of my life, pretty much all of my life, has been dealing with a lot of uncertainty. There's never been a clear roadmap or an explanation of how things would go in my life, at least for certain, Like a lot of people will say, oh, you need physical therapy, you gotta eat healthy. But really the way that I've tried to live my entire life has been just day by day. I've just learn to live my days as they come. And that approach has worked for most of my life. It's helped me to live outside of the box that otherwise life would have put me in to begin with. It's a box labeled with care plans and limitations and assumptions about the way my life would be lived and what it would look like. But as I get older, I understand something a little bit better. I don't need everyone to be fully understanding of what's going on currently with me. I need people to understand the limits of their understandings and be okay with sitting there with me getting older anyway and understanding there's nothing that we can do about it. I mean, there's some conversations that belong with my doctor and there's some that belong in prayer, and some conversations are just about being present and not trying to fix anything. I'm still living my days day by day, building my guild, my website, and grand visions of the future. I'm still moving forward, It's just a bit slower and it's more hesitant. It's a lot more careful than it was before. But I just want people to know in this video that acceptance is a really big thing, and it's important that people accept what's within their control and what's not. I gotta make more doctor's appointments, I haven't been the type of person that's been willing to go to the doctor, but as I get older, I'm sort of rethinking that game plan. But I've always asked, like, what do I expect from my doctor? Is it staying up to date on the newest medications, experimental drugs? I've been part of experimental drugs and medications in the past. None of them have ever really worked. If anything, they've only scared me because of what they've done to my body and the reactions that I've had to them. I'm always hesitant on Western medication. I truly believe that here in the West everything revolves around the dollar, even your own health, which is fucked up. Yeah, I want to make this video also and say that if you're part of the journey, welcome. I'm happy you're here. I'm not the greatest content creator, I will admit, but if anything, I try to be more of a friend than anything else. I've always tried to be the friend that lets people live their lives. I've never tried to constantly be the one to reach out. I've never been the one to always be present, I've always tried to be that friend that if you needed them, they were there. And that's just always been kind of a hard thing to do. But anyways, I don't want this video to drag out, so take care, y'all. Have a good one.